Football Manager 2025 has just released an update and it sucks. It is crap. I'm going to blast through very quickly what the update means, what to expect, and why I'm so disappointed.
Further trouble.
Starting with, they're stripping back the game as we know. So things like draft mode and other modes, they're going to get rid of everything. But now they've added international football to that list. Now, I'm not a huge international football player and a huge advocate of the game, so it's fine removing that for me. But it's just kind of making a rod for their own backs that the next game has to be perfect because they're adding women's football, which no one asked for, and removing other modes, which I feel people would have played. So that's the first thing. But don't worry. If Gareth Southgate can still manage England on the mobile app, so he'll be sat there by the pool on his little phone, still not making substitutions and still picking Calvin Phillips.
For what? Why?
Now, the reason they're getting rid of the international football is that they did cite that not many people are going to be playing it. I think it's something like 5% of the entire base that they could monitor had played it. So, okay, fine, get rid. I wonder if the women's game, if that had the same percentage of players next year, are they going to remove that?
What do you think?
The next schlock of crap that we were sent through was the actual update that we normally get at this time of year has been pushed back to the end of September, with the release date for the game pushed back from initially thought to be November early doors, now towards the back end of November. Which is an absolute travesty because in my mind, and you tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, in my mind, football games should be coming out around September. FIFA kind of drop at that time, September, October. I get there's transfers and things to update, but that can be updated pretty easy with a database update. Why are the games not being released? People want to play the new game now. The football season starts now, of weeks ago actually. The fact that we're going to be playing Football Manager at the beginning of December, end of November is ridiculous. The reason that they've got a new engine, well, they've been making it for 2 years as far as I'm aware. Last year's game, let's be honest, last 3 or 4 years, nothing's changed on Football Manager really, apart from a little bit of an aesthetic change, a few features here and there, but ultimately, we've all been paying for a database update, and that's fine. We know that, we've been paying that, but don't promise us a game, strip the whole game away, and then delay the goddamn thing. You've made it so this next, the release of the game, because a lot of people are saying, it's okay if this game is delayed as long as it's a banging game. So your best hope, SI, that this is a great game. And the last thing that they've announced as well is another, I saw a thing, it's another pointless thing. They're removing the player's weight from the game.
Why would you do that?
If you want to know how tall a player is, you can see it, but you can no longer know how much a player weighs. And this is due to the fact, this is what they've said, that they've added women into the game, and apparently women's weight fluctuates more. Now, I couldn't give a shit. I just don't care. And you know, the weight is not be all and end all. It's not like, oh, I need to know the weight of every player. But if I want to know how much Wayne Shaw weighs, I should be able to know that without having to Google it. Football Manager was a game where you could see everything, every bit of detail, and now you can barely see a thing. And the fact that they're adding the women's football, there's this whole, what is the wokest thing in football right now? And Football Manager loves it. No more man. Man's not in the game anymore. Not target man, it's target forward. No longer man of the match, it's player of the match. All this shit and nonsense. And now they've added, you can't have players' weights. What? Because women are too sensitive about their weight. We're going with that stereotype. What's the next thing they're going to do? Lower women players' ages because they don't want to admit how old they are. It's a bit of a joke. It's a bit of a ridiculous thing to do. It's pandering to nobody. Nobody would have cared. And if the women didn't want their weight in the game, remove their weight and keep the men's weight in. The men genuinely don't give a shit. So I'm not happy with the update. I'm really, really disappointed, as you can tell. It just means that we're going to have to wait even longer. Keep playing the old game even more. It's getting weathered now. It's getting tired now. And everyone just wants to know what the game's going to look like. Are the graphics going to be as good? The graphics have to be perfect. The game has to be perfect for this to kind of all pay off. And don't worry, we're all fickle. If you make a belting game, SI, this will all be forgotten about. I won't give a shit. But that's my 2 pence on the update. Comment below. Are you happy with the update? What are your thoughts on the game? And yeah, thank you very much for making it this far. Like, share, and subscribe. What a disappointment.
That's what she said.